You know, when I was speaking to this new Quantum Leap member and hearing about what he does, I thought, this would be great to share with you right after lunch, kick things off. We have people here with so many talents, and this next speaker is going to speak for a few minutes and kind of do his thing. He's really more than a speaker. And Norm Jones goes to many different schools, and he's the founder of a program called Rhythm Child. And he's here to show you the rhythm of your quantum leap. So please give a standing ovation to Norm Jones.
All right. Now, those drums aren't there for you to just look at. Pick up that drum. Pick up that drum. Everybody, let me hear your drum. Everybody, let me hear your drum. Just tap, just play. Come on, make a sound now. Everybody, let me play your drum. Come on, let me play your drum. Come on, let's jam. All right, everybody, let me hear you play. Make a sound. Don't be shy. Come on, let me hear you. Yeah, move your body. Let's wake up from lunch now. Come on, yeah. Everybody, come on, play your drum. Everybody, come and play your drum. Come on, just make a sound now. Everybody, just play your drum. Come on, just play your drum. Just tap, just play. Whatever you got, let me hear it. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and one time, let's hit. One time, let's hit. One time, let's hit. Let's bring it back. Let's go. All right. I'm feeling it now. Yeah. Good job. Nicely done. Yeah. Don't be shy. Come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3, and rumble. And stop. Nicely done. All right. Woo! All right, you can sit down for just a second. Don't get used to it, though. Because, wow, that was special. Been sitting in the room this whole time, and now I get to see it from this perspective. This is awesome. So drumming creates rhythms, right? And rhythms create connections. And connections end up creating opportunities. So we just created a great opportunity for ourselves right now to stir it up, get the energy flowing, and just prepare us to launch on this quantum leap that we're ready for. So who's ready for that quantum leap? I know you are. I know you are, because I feel it too. So this is magical, okay? Because when we connect with our rhythms, we connect with who we are. And I want you to be able to apply that same connection to your passion, to your life's work. So I know some might say, you know what, I'm not musical. I don't, that's not my thing. I don't have rhythm. And I get that a lot. But you do. And all you need to do is own it, connect with it, and then put it to use. Because there's a rhythm at work in your life at all times. And if you can connect to it, then there's so much that we can build from that. And so what we want to do first, just a little exercise, is just own that rhythm, okay? And the way of owning it is, the simplest way is connecting to the pulse, that constant, that pulse that's working, all right? Because it's always there. So what we're going to do, even if you don't feel rhythmic or musical, we're just going to connect to the pulse with your name. Because once you connect to that pulse, then we can go further with that. So your name, all I want you to do is just say your name to the pulse, just your first name, and repeat it to the pulse. So here's the pulse. 1, 2, everybody say your name with the pulse. Make it louder. Make it louder. And stop. Nice. All right, so I'm feeling your ownership, but you might be a little reluctant, whisper. That's cool. Now, we're going to make it just a little bit more interesting. We're going to spell your name. Spell your name, all right? So now you have some letters to work with. You have some syllables. You have some things to work with that are going to give you a rhythm to be playful. So now instead of just, you can play along with it. If I was going to spell my name, I'd be like, Norman, whatever you want, all right? So now, just have fun with it. Just put a rhythm to the spelling of your name. 1, 2, everybody spell your name. Everybody stop. All right, now we're going to get crazy. Pick up that drum, and that rhythm that you just created with your name, that's what you're going to play. All right? Yeah, no, you got it. You said it. If you can say it, you can play it. All right? So here we go. 1, 2, everybody play your rhythm. One, two, three, and... Now, sorry if I cut you off in the middle of your rhythm because I wasn't really counting, but was that easy? All right, so you've now tapped into the pulse. You've taken your ownership of your rhythm, applied it to the pulse, and now you can get super creative with it, okay? And so what we want to do now is we want to take that same idea and apply it to your passion. So what I want you to think of is one word that embodies who you are, what your message is, what you want to say. It's your chant, okay? So that's what we want right now. We're going to take that one word, and I just want you to chant it out. If you want to play along with a rhythm to it, that's cool, but just that one word. And in a tradition of drum circles, it's not just a name. There's actually something to it. So if we could just take 1 minute for everybody to stand up and be on the outside of the tables. So we're going to open it up because I want everybody to see each other and share this experience. So just open up the room so that you can see and share the expressions, the torment, the laughs, whatever it is, all right? So now we're ready. So you're not just saying this word for yourself. You're saying it for everybody in the room to experience it with you, okay? So project that chant of yours. Project your passion. Project your rhythm. All right, here we go. 1, 2, one word chant. Let's go. True, 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 true. Everybody up. Nice. All right, we're going to take it one more step. One more step. Now, you've had that one word chant. Just like we did with spelling our name, I want you to think of a phrase. Your key phrase, something short, simple that you can turn into a rhythm. Now we're going to chant that phrase, play that phrase. Watch how the rhythms connect, all right? So you're sharing it with one another, and you're building it within yourself, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, everybody chant your phrase. Everybody, one time let's hit. One time let's hit. One time let's hit. Rumble! And nicely done. All right, so I hope you felt something. And I just want you to, I know I will for the rest of my life, remember this circle right here. You're part of something special. You're part of a group that has intention. And I'm going to get emotional, but you have intention and you want to do something to change the world. And I support that completely. So thank you. All right, you can sit down now.
Round of applause for Norman.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Bravo is the right word.
Steve allowed me to cry. He opened the door.
I have a feeling you could do it before me. I have a feeling you know. Hey, let me ask you just a little bit, just for people that are kind of curious. Why don't you talk just a little bit about the kind of work you do? There may be people in the room that are teachers that know things. You know, you do schools, companies. Give us a feel for your vision and what the work is that you're doing in the world.
It started with schools. Well, actually, it started with just being able to communicate with my son and his friends when he was born, and that's where it started. And then by people asking me to do more of that, it became my work. And then as I realized that what was happening within the rooms of the children that I was working with, it really tapped into my passion of helping people, which is what I feel like I'm here to do.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. And is there anything that you're looking for where you're looking for some connections or some help with anything? You put it out to the room.
I am looking for opportunities to reach more people, to inspire more people, to have what I do have an effect on what you do. That's what I'm looking for, because it's not really about me. It's about what we all can do collectively. So that's really what I'm looking for.
That's great. That's great. And anybody have any just feedback or ideas for him related to that? That just, I mean, obviously he's in Quantum Leap and everything, but is there anybody that just, you notice something about what he's doing that you like and would just want to put out there? Otto.
I'm Norman, and the first day you sat right behind me. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, this is as tribal and as basic, as it gets. It's thank you so much for bringing this to the table. It's amazing. Keep on beating the drums, man.
This is the
Thank
real.
you, sir.
This is the real primal blueprint, right? That's great.
Norm, do you target companies? Because what you're doing here in the very often, shall we say, tight underwear environment out there is you could really help a lot of people de-stress. How much are you targeting companies with this service?
At this point, I have not targeted companies. Like I said, when I first started, it was all about kids. I mean, I've been doing music in clubs and touring and all that stuff for a long time. And when I found my connection to children, that's where I stayed because it really made me feel good. And then when I opened it up to adults to doing the same thing, because I had people ask me to do that, I only took it as far as adults that work with children, because I felt like what I was learning from the kids was applicable to them as well. But now, as I do it more and I get more feedback from people, I do see where it's a universal truth that this kind of thing can work. People are out there doing it. There are people that are doing drums for corporations, and there are corporations that have bought rooms full of drums to have drum circles. But for me, I think it's time to open up to everybody.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you,
Nick.
Yeah, there's some fun department gigs in your future, Norm. I can tell you that right now. So,
Hey.
Nick. I was hoping you would say that.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
So I've actually used reggae music with my big corporate clients like Colgate, Palmolive, and so forth. And as I sat here and observed, you have an opportunity to dig below the surface. So what ended up happening was where each person's drum didn't sound particularly attractive, when you had them all together, we made music. So you have a theme of leadership and integration and working together. Corporate needs that very badly because everybody in his own silo is pursuing his own end. And here you can show how when they work together, they can create a sort of integrated sound that is very pleasing. That's one message that you can drive home corporate needs badly. The other one is that with everybody just drumming, it would not sound so attractive unless there was one leader up there. So you have a message about leadership. If the big drum with the bass went away, it would not sound so attractive. So each of us in the room as executives or as managers, we need to take that position of providing the bass, not the treble, just the bass, no treble. And it's all about that. It's all about the bass. So you're actually getting managers and employees to participate in the fabric of the stuff they say they want, of integrated teamwork and of leadership, and I think it's a very powerful message.
Thank you, Alvin.
The other thing that I was going to say also, as you were talking about how you initially started working with children, is that part of the reason why we end up in a tighty-whitey underwear community is because we forget that we are children. And if you can tap into that very, very basic thing, like, oh, I forgot what it's like to play, you know, oh man, I forgot how much I love the swing set. Like, you can bring people back into the right brain and like unleash their next steps.
Thank you. I mean, because as I'm doing it or as I've done it, it brings that same thing out in me because, like I told you before, I've been a professional musician for 30 years, but I still have huge anxiety about my own musical ability, not my ability to play drums, but from what Debbie was talking about, from when I was young and people telling me that I was no good and couldn't do certain things, or music teachers telling me, well, if you can't do this, then you can't learn how to play piano, and so I don't know how to play piano. I don't know how to play guitar. I've allowed those things to sink in. So I feel that it's a duty to not allow that to happen to children and to not allow that to happen and keep happening to adults. So thank you for that.
Okay, one last comment.
I just wanted to follow up on her comment and just the title, Rhythm Child. When you're tapping into it, you're actually physically tapping into that consciousness, and I think your name is awesome.
Well, thank you. Trademarked.
It's absolutely good for you.
And thank you, Steve, for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
I
Thank you,
really
man.
appreciate it.
Glad we could do it.
What's it? I said duty. Duty.
It is really good.
Sorry you can't keep the drums.
But you can buy them.
I have to take them back, but thank you all so much for doing what you do. I appreciate it.
Awesome.